Asian Americans in New York Fashion, Design, Labor, Innovation celebrates the Asian American community's diverse contributions to the fashion industry. The goal of this exhibition is to highlight the wide variety of ways that Asian Americans have participated in New York fashion, from the upper echelons of high-profile design to the sectors of production and labor that tend to be invisible in fashion exhibitions. The recent rise of violent racially motivated attacks against Asian Americans in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic has shown the need to combat racism and increase awareness around the complex narratives of this community. This exhibition uses the fashion industry as a lens to examine the contributions of Asian Americans in New York City, a fashion capital with a large and diverse population. This photograph, from a 2020 New York Times article titled "The Asian American Fashion Designers Who Shaped the Industry," visually conveys the large number of successful Asian American designers in New York fashion. 20 years prior, in this 1997 illustration by Ruben Toledo, individual designers are showcased for their contributions to the American fashion industry. The sketch clearly shows 3 Asian American designers who influenced fashion during this period: Anna Sui, Vivian Tam, and Zhang Toi. They were among other Asian American designers working in New York during the 1990s, many of whom are still influential today.
The exhibition then moves on to consider the process of design in 2 parts: labor and materials. The objects on view in the labor section deal with issues of invisibility and unjust working conditions. Yuli Tang's brown jacket with gold embellishments is the first garment on view. A tag with the seamstress's name, Sue, sits under the brand label inside the jacket. The inclusion of Sue's name in the jacket makes her role in its creation visible and also reflects Tang's high regard for her employees. Yuli Tang told the New York Times in 2010 that the industry itself has to value what it has. It has to value the hands that really influence the product. Next to Tang's jacket, photographs by Harvey Wang document Chinese garment workers in various factories in New York's Chinatown. Taken between 1980 and 1991, the images show the progression of their working conditions. After the labor movements of the 1980s, many factory workers unionized. Wayland's sportswear factory, pictured here, was unionized with an average income of $9,500, as opposed to a non-unionized income of $7,500 for 50 to 60 hours per week.
For some designers, the fashion industry has been a part of their family for generations. For example, Naeem Khan's family owns a hand embroidery company in India that he partners with for many of his collections. This evening dress highlights Khan's signature interest in embroidery and embellishment. Other designers, such as Mary Ping, use familiar materials such as cotton and reinterpret them, transforming basic materials into innovative garments and accessories. Mary Ping's white cotton canvas bag with brass embellishments creates an eco-friendly version of a leather Balenciaga-style motorcycle bag. Ping promotes extended use with the bag's durable design, and it caters to her own ethos of environmental sustainability. For her small-scale lingerie line, MFIT graduate Jean Yu used luxurious silks and omitted padding and wires. Each piece was made to order and skillfully constructed by the team at her Soho atelier. Popular with fashion insiders, Yu's high-quality camisoles and slips supported the longevity of her clients' wardrobes.
The back gallery shifts focus to look mostly at paired ensembles. Shah Upadhyay, a former United Nations official from Nepal, commissioned this denim blazer. Upadhyay enlisted a painter and tailor to execute his design idea to create a graffiti art-inspired garment for his personal wardrobe. Jimmy Khan's green jacket, by contrast, is an example of New York ready-to-wear. Her clothes are mass-produced for her clientele, who she describes as unique and glamorous. Peter Som and Vera Wang take different approaches to evening wear, seen through the materials and silhouettes they choose. Allowing object narratives to illustrate the significant contributions of Asian American designers as well as the range of their designs, both Prabal Gurung and Vivian Tam took inspiration from regions of Asia outside their own cultural backgrounds for these designs. The brand's opening ceremony and public school both reference streetwear consistently in their designs. This opening ceremony neoprene ensemble, printed with Korean landscapes, comes from the brand's first show, inspired by American street racing culture. Public School's ensemble drew inspiration from the fictitious New York gangs featured in the 1979 film The Warriors. Elements of this inspiration are seen in the armor-like sweater and combat boots. Aside from the literal layering of garments, both designs layer references to pop culture and cultural legacy.
The back corner of the gallery highlights the visibility and success of Asian American designers. Michelle Obama wore Tikkun Punishgul's multicolor printed dress to the 2008 Democratic National Convention, creating unprecedented exposure for Punishgul, who produced similar versions of the dress for an interested public. The exhibition concludes with a video display of runway shows from emerging designers Sandy Liang and Peter Do. These videos, accompanied by garments and other material objects, show that the legacy of Asian Americans' contribution to the New York fashion industry stretches from the workroom to the red carpet, each role equally important and impactful in defining the fashion industry as a whole.